gonna grab a little bit. Now I'm just gonna paint directly off it. Get some burnt sienna here. Darker tone. Trying to get some of those darks in there a little bit. Pop some things out. And just, you know, a couple of these strokes, how much pigment you grab on these bad boys. It's great. Yeah, I'm still building. Grab a little bit of this ultramarine blue here. Now I'm making sure I'm working through the whole painting. I don't want to overwork some of these areas. I want to let them dry a little bit before I start putting more pressure of the stick on here. Right now, that's why I'm putting a little bit of painting with my brush, just to give it a little more time to dry. I'm going to add a little bit of darks now. I'm just putting a lot of pigment. I'm not trying to do too many mixes right now. There's a lot of color in here. Now it's just kind of coming to life a little bit, or not to life, whichever you want to say it. Now that's the beautiful thing. You see these different textures right here. You see the drawing texture where it's kind of melting together, and also see some of that drawing texture, some of that roughness to it, and I enjoy that too. They melt beautifully here too. So now I'm just kind of adding some darker tones in here, some cooler tones. Now you're seeing some of those faces kind of pop up since you're adding some cooler tones in there. And this is just the French ultramarine. I'm going to hit some of these here. And don't be afraid to just, add plenty of color in here. That's the fun thing about this. It like brings back that childlike, again, when you first play with those crayons, so much color in there, same kind of feeling. I have some permanent alizarin crimson right here. Such a beautiful color, really rich. When you put it on top of that blue, and now it just kind of becomes this really beautiful purple color. See a little bit of stroke, how much color comes out. It's always a little surprising to me. It's a little bit like using wet paint, you know. I let my paints dry a little bit, but it's like using wet paint. You just grab so much pigment out these bad boys. Love it. They definitely do last a long time. And with all this, I've barely even nicked it. And when it's 300-pound paper, it's just so, you know, it stays wet a long time, so you can definitely move around from area to area. Now you want to make sure you don't put too much pressure on it because of the fact that it is so wet. The paper is wet, so you don't want to tear into the paper too much. Grab some of my cobalt blue a little bit. Beautiful little light blue. Just mix in a little bit of that yellow. So it gives me a nice little green color, which is what I'm looking for.